Hi, this is Dan Miller with Miller Financial Group. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Better Financial Living. This episode, I want to talk about some end-of-the-year tax planning and end-of-the-year planning that needs to be done. We have about 2 weeks left in the year as I record this, and so we're getting right down to the end. So I want to talk about a couple of general things. When we talk about if you have a non-qualified account, you may have unrealized investment losses that you would be able to claim potentially against earned income. There's also, you may have capital losses. You could do some tax loss harvesting to be able to offset some capital gains for 2020 yet. Again, you need to work with your financial advisor and your tax professional to see if that fits you. Also, if you are wanting to take a required minimum distribution for 2020, those have to be done. Now, those have been waived for 2020 due to the pandemic, but if you want to get it in on this tax year, that does have to be done very soon. Another thing to consider is, where are you as far as your income and tax brackets? You know, if you are on the threshold of a tax bracket, you know, does it make sense to either accelerate some expenses or decelerate some income? And also, maybe you're on the brink of a tax bracket. Does it make sense to consider Roth conversions? You know, for many people in 2020, their income may be down due to the pandemic. So maybe it makes sense to do some Roth conversions. Now, one of the things you got to be very aware of course, is Roth conversions are permanent now. There's no do-over. So once you do them, they're done. So that's something that you definitely need to think about. And also then, from just a business planning standpoint, if you own a small business and perhaps maybe you have a solo 401k plan, it's also very important to know that those plans ought to already be set up by now. And also, you do have to, if you're going to make an employee contribution to your 401k plan, those have to be done by the end of the year. So that's coming up on us. Also, you might consider, especially as a business owner, accelerating income or decelerating income. Again, I know for a lot of small businesses it's been a tough year, and so maybe if 2020 looks like it's going to, or excuse me, 2021 looks like it's going to be a better year, you know, maybe you accelerate some expenses into this year and accelerate some income into this year and accelerate some expenses in the next year, or vice versa if this has been a very good year. So that's something to think about. And then lastly here, I want to talk about a couple of things from an insurance planning standpoint that have to be done by the end of the year, or decisions made. And that is, if through your employer, if you have a flexible spending account, you need to visit with your HR and to see that if you have a balance in that flexible spending account, what can you do with it? Some plans will allow you to take that forward. Some of them you have to spend that by the end of the year or basically lose it. So that's something you need to know. Also, if you're contributing to an HSA, have you fully contributed all that you can or want to for the year? And then also, maybe you have health insurance deductibles still, and perhaps there's a procedure or something that you were wanting to do, and you haven't completely utilized all of your deductible, or maybe you have, maybe you've already completely utilized your deductible. Well, it might make sense to go ahead and do that prior to year end. So again, that's going to depend on a lot of factors. So went through this list very quick. Again, visit with your tax professional, visit with your financial advisor, see if any of these moves fit your situation. And that's all I've got for today. So I look forward to talking to you in the future. Thank you very much.